Well, today is a day for woodpeckers. I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but there's one in a tree right here. Then there's another one somewhere over in here. I just saw both of them at the same time. Actually, today's a day for birds. There it goes. Did you hear it? That's a woodpecker. Today's a day for birds. I saw a golden hawk just a little bit ago. He's been hanging around all day, so that's pretty cool. But we're certainly blessed with this property. There's woodpeckers and hawks and crows and bluebirds. I saw a robin last week. Hear that noise? That's a woodpecker tapping on a tree. I can't see him, but I hear him. You can't miss them once you get them in your sight, because they have a red head. They're black with white around their neck and face, and a bright red plumage on their head. He's on a branch somewhere on the other side of the tree, hiding. Tapping on a tree, they kind of do that to see if they can stir up any bugs. And then if they do, they go to town and start tapping a little harder and try to eat all those bugs. Huh. Both of those are pretty big. I hear that one, then I hear another one a little further away. I'm waiting for this one to pop back around the other side of the tree so we can see him. I gotta cut some paths in here. All these little tiny oak trees that spring up from acorns. Oh, I hear an owl. Let's see if we hear him again. Yeah, he's over that way. What a day for birds. Let's see, walk through here without getting tied up in these trees. Let's see if we can find this little guy, this woodpecker. Oh, there's one. He just went up on that branch. I don't think that was the one, though. I think that was the other one I saw. The one I've been hearing is over here somewhere. I guess they're shy. Nothing but a slight breeze. Beautiful day. It's about 72 degrees. And sunny, of course. This little clearing that I'm in is kind of neat. I don't know if it gets wet back here when it rains heavy. It's a little bit down here, but this ground has just been covered with, you know, years and years and years, centuries of trees and oak trees and debris. So this, I'll guarantee you, if you were to dig into this ground, you'd find this is more like mulch right here because it's so, that's probably about 2 or 3 years old there. And if you dig a little further, it's beautiful. It'd be great for planting. The further you go down, the darker it gets, and the more compact it gets. There's that woodpecker. I hear him. He's over that way now. I don't know where the other one is. But where I am is actually pretty close. You can see the home right through here, mobile home. And then there's the pond. Wouldn't be surprised to see a snake on a day like today. Coming out and getting warm in the sun. I didn't intend to do this. Just kind of walk back through here. Trying to find that woodpecker. This is nice. There's wonderful old trees that have stood for years and years and years, and you wonder how long they've been laying here, right? They're all a wonderful source for the bugs and critters that like to eat the bugs. Now look at this one here. You can see where the woodpeckers have just had a field day with this tree. Obviously, it's long been dead. But, see all the holes in that? See all the holes in that tree? So there's a lot of bugs that live in there. So those woodpeckers they've got their favorite spots, right? So they just stop by here maybe today and see what they can find. If not, they come back a couple days later. They've got their little route. And this is like a little gully right here. So that probably carries some water when it really gets wet, when we really get a soaking, probably like we did last year when we first bought this. Right after we bought it, we got about, neighbor said that he recorded 14 inches of rain in 2 days. So we had a lot of water standing all around. And it took a week or 10 days for it to drain off. So it went to the pond, and then the pond got as full as it could be, and then the pond drained into a drainage canal, and that, until that could drain off, then the pond drained off. It took a while. I don't think I've ever been back in this particular part before. It's a pretty good sized place to check out. So you really can't see the undulations in the terrain. This is part of that gully that I was talking about. So, and for all I know, it might be a place where the deer walk through as well. They find it a natural path. And here's another area. It's almost like a different little ecosystem here. A lot of sun right here. Obviously a little bit drier. You hear the crickets? I think they're crickets or some kind of bug like that. Well, hopefully making this video has helped show a little bit more about the wild beauty or the nature of this property. Just beautiful. A day like today, enjoying a walk through, taking a break. Let's see if there's anything going on here. There's a tree that fell over at some point. Let's listen for a second. Yeah, this is certainly a beautiful property, and I know one of the paths that we make will come through here. Just don't know to and from where yet, but when you look at these trees, this one here that's down, I'm told these are an oak tree. It's a species they call a water oak, that their roots don't go deep. They're more of a surface root, and they only get a certain height before they can't stay upright, and a big wind will help bring them down. So it's part of nature, huh? And the others are live oaks in here, and I think there's laurel oaks. See if we can get through here. I have to check for I was going to say I'd probably check for ticks a little later this evening, but I've got such heavy clothes on, but they're an opportunistic insect, so there could be one that's on one of these branches as I'm walking through that decides that, and I brush against it and it attaches to me, and then finds a food source. So, a host, I think they call it. Well, look at this opening here. This is gorgeous. This actually looks kind of worn down. I think that this is probably could be a place where animals come through, or maybe they sit down and take a rest for a little bit. You know, we've got a lot of deer around here, and this could be a place where they come through. I think this, I can almost sense that this is like a trail that they use to get through. So that's cool. I don't see any evidence of rut. Now maybe this was 2 or 3 years ago, where the deer will come and the bucks will rub their antlers on the trees and make their mark and leave their scent, I guess. I'm sorry, I'm not that familiar with it. I know there's probably people that are hunters that would get a kick out of my explanation, but yeah, and you know what, I'm just towards the back of the property, but again, I'm not that far from the home right there. So this would be a neat little area to oh, look at these beautiful roots right here. Neat little area. Look at the roots along the top of the ground. Unbelievable. Neat little area to, you know, make a little resting area, maybe a small bench out of a tree, a downed tree or tree trunk.